what means the most to you and your family, and how can you implement that into your homeschool? Spider-Man's uncle told him with great power comes great responsibility, and he showed that responsibility for his neighborhood and the world. Captain America was a little guy with a desire to serve his country. And so when given the chance, he stood up for the little guy and his country. All of these stories, though fictional, can't help but see how these different iconic characters took the elements of their life to create the values moving forward for them as heroes. And I believe we can do that as parents. Whether it's in our homeschool or just in our day-to-day lives, take the things that mean the most to us and impart those things on our children. So one thing I would recommend to homeschoolers who might be feeling overwhelmed by all of the options, there's so many options, so many curriculums, so many programs, so many things that can help support your kids' education.
My advice would be to discover your origin story. In our videos,
when we talk about origin stories and her origin story and connecting that to homeschooling, I think it's so important for us to take into account our entire family.
And we can do this by asking 5 basic questions. What are my family's interests, values, lifestyle, resources, and activities that we already enjoy?
Today I'd like to share a little bit about my family and our origin story, the things that make us who we are, and how we take those things to help create our schedule for homeschool, or the things that comprise our everyday living.
And hopefully as I share these things, it can give you some ideas to help you simplify, make some decisions, and have the most ideal schedule that fits your family.
My husband knows how to do programming or anything tech related. He's also very, very gifted in art. Since my kids are still younger, they're 4 and 7, I feel like a huge responsibility for me with their homeschool experience is to expose them to a wide variety of subjects taught in different ways that appeal to different learning styles as their origin story is in development. Helps keep things new and fresh, and they're able to discover who they are along the way. Music is a huge part of my life. I love it, and I want my kids to love it. And I started out this whole homeschool thing being like, we're going to do music every day. And it doesn't always work out that way. My kids do enjoy music, but they want to do it on their terms, which is understandable. So I've kind of opened it up. Instead of saying that we're doing music every day, we just need to be creative every day. Since my husband is such an amazing artist, it's really inspired them to also be visual artists. And so I let them choose either do some kind of art or do some kind of music or anything STEM related. It spans a wide range of things. I am a nurse, and so sometimes my kids do like to pick my brain about the body and systems of the body and disease processes.
The cranium's connected to the cervical spine. The cervical spine's connected to the thoracic spine.
Implementing Christian values and teachings is really important to us. And so I have specifically sought out different curriculum that are Christian-based. We really love the good and the beautiful, and we utilize that for math. We have a devotional over breakfast. I just love having more relaxed mornings that we don't have to be in a rush, that we can have those kind of discussions, have a longer breakfast, and that's been really nice. We have been part-time homeschoolers, and next year we are going to be full-time, and I'm going to be using the Family School Online, which is another Christian curriculum. I'm really looking forward to doing that with a co-op. A co-op is a group of homeschool families that come together, and different moms take turns teaching different subjects, and so they're able to develop that group of friends learning the same things, but at varied age ranges, and they get to learn from different moms, but their mom is still there, and we're really excited about doing that. During the quarantine, where they haven't had as much hands-on science at either their preschool or their private school, we've done a little bit more. It's not my forte. I don't like getting messy. I don't like getting things messy. And so that's why it's been nice to have that done at school and next year at the co-op. But we have done a couple things and it's been okay. It's been fun.
It keeps going down the same side. We put some more on that side.
A couple elements of our lifestyle include being minimalist and quite mobile. We love to be on the go.
We love going on outings, and so it's nice to be able to print worksheets to take instead of having to lug books around.
Knowing this about our lifestyle has really helped me to narrow down my curriculum choices to those that offer PDF downloads. So the way that I'm able to fit everything into here is by just taking out a week's worth of worksheets at a time and putting them in our handy dandy homeschool binder. And then any independent work, just putting it right into their clipboard.
So for exercise, I personally love yoga. They're naturally very active, but I try to do some intentional exercise with them. Cosmic Kids Yoga is amazing. That's just on YouTube, where he'll make up cool exercises. We also outsource. One of the great things about homeschooling is you can do extracurricular activities during the day. So they're smaller classes. And then it kind of frees up our evenings. So I just like to see what they like to do and try to make sure that we are staying active every day.
Looking at resources we already had, I had previously purchased
Great Usborne Children's Encyclopedia, and we're working our way through it. So I made a copy of the table of contents, and we have a goal to read everything in there. It's got beautiful photography, fun illustrations, and links to different videos and other websites to learn more. A lot of science and history and technology. We're working our way through that encyclopedia. Using technology, it's a little bit of a dicey subject, right? No one wants their kids to have too much screen time, but I tend to allow them to have a little bit more autonomy with technological learning because they can independently learn things once I provide them with a handful of resources that they can safely navigate and find the things that are most interesting to them. One thing that we've done is we've set up a Google account for my 7-year-old so he can open up his own browser, and then we've bookmarked different educational websites that we know are safe and that have a variety of different subjects. So some of those are
education.com, Muzzy, Brain Pop Jr., Generation Genius, ABC Mouse, Adventure Academy.
Is that it? Oh, and Scratch programming. And he can explore through the means of this wonderful technology that we have.
A couple activities that my family already really loves doing is reading together and playing games. So we incorporate read alouds as well as encouraging independent reading in our homeschool. Since I've seen we have success at keeping attention, I've been able to select curriculum that has a book element to it so it's more enjoyable because it's something we already like to do. I recently discovered Grammar Galaxy and I'm really excited about it. It's essentially a story book that teaches grammar principles, and they're soliciting the help of your student and solving missions that have to do with these grammar principles that are introduced in the story. It's really fun. I'm so excited to use it this year. We have a whole nother video helping your kids learn and love to read that I'll link. I also lean toward curriculum that have games. So we're going to show you all the things we're going to be working on with homeschool this year. We have a whole video about Good and the Beautiful Math, so I won't go into that too much, but I'll link that. And we're also going to be working through Financial Peace Junior for part of our math time. And then we're also doing musical multiplication.
3 times 3 is 9. 9 monkeys on a line. 3 times 3 is 9.
Math we do 3 days a week. 40 minutes for Gavin and 20 minutes for Cooper. Books that we plan to read this year. Some of them are Gavin's independent reading and all the Tuttle twins. I'll put a link for those. And then all of these, look at this awesome set I got at Costco. I think they're all still on sale right now. Reading time is something we do pretty consistently, at least for about 30 minutes. Here's some pages of Cooper's Primer K. We went over Grammar Galaxy. We do practical writing, like writing letters or writing in the journal. We really like the handwriting from The Good and the Beautiful. It doesn't take much more than 20 minutes for both of those together. So all in all, 3 days a week, we are doing math and language arts, creativity and exercise. That takes 2 to 3 hours. And then that 1 day a week, we are at the co-op. We're gonna spend day 5 doing outings. So that is our plan and our resources for next year. So there it is. That's basically our schedule at the moment. Hopefully my sharing that has helped someone. Let us know if you have other questions about any of those things. If you'd like more detailed videos, now it's up to you to figure out what your family's origin story is, what means the most to you and your family, and how can you implement that into your homeschool to make it more enjoyable for everyone, to really make it a family experience.
We have learned so much from all the wonderful moms that have contributed to our channel this summer, and we cannot wait to implement some of their ideas in our homeschool as we start this new year.
And as we are starting up our homeschool year, we are going to take a quick break from doing videos. We'll be coming back in about a month.
So for every homeschooler, this summer consists of prepping for the following year. But as the year begins, you start to notice some other issues that arise, like siblings not getting along, or how to teach multiple siblings at the same time.
How to do the other things that you have to do in your normal day-to-day life besides teaching your kids.
And having the kids shoulder some of that responsibility. We will address hard days and how we overcome those hard days. And sometimes you just vent and let it go. And that's what's wonderful about this community, is that we want to hear your venting. We want to hear your questions, your concerns, your triumphs, your struggles. We want to know it all. And we would love to be able to share your story.
We would love to hear from new moms. We have several lined up. You're going to love hearing from them this next fall semester. So stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed so you can see when we start up again. It's going to be content that you won't want to miss.
See you soon.
Thanks. Noisy upstairs. Okay. Shh. They're getting in trouble with Daddy. Anyway.
Wait, it goes this way. Oh no. All my thoughts are gone. I lost it. Beautiful.